What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Hi.
Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Welcome to Cover 4, presented by JCPenney. It's the squad. We're moved on from the Atlanta game, 27-7 loss. Forget about it. It's a wash. We have moved on to Eagles week. Prime time, Sunday night. It's going to be a big game. Dave, without further ado, get us to kick off.
I read this stat on Twitter today, Linz. Check it out. The Cowboys went 12-4 without Sean Lee in 2014, 0-5 in games that he hasn't played since. What's missing? Linz, do you know? Real quick.
No.
Rolando McClain!
Yes.
We need you back, buddy. Put down the fishing pole and report for duty. We need it. Please.
Jerry Jones was asked this morning if he had any ideas for people who might be a better commissioner. I'm not saying better or worse, but I have an idea, and I think someone who would be great at it. I just don't know if they're ready for it yet. The unborn child of Lindsay and Evan Draper would be a great NFL commissioner.
Yo, speaking of commissioners, Taylor, how about this? Roger Goodell, in his last counterproposal to the NFL, he asked for $50 million salary and lifetime use of the private jet. All I know is that our life goals and ambitions are far too low.
True.
Let's take it up a notch.
Like, imagine if you were just
jet.
negotiating with your boss,
No.
like, can I have this jet? And it was okay.
Put me on the jet.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
The closest I get to the jet is seeing Jerry's helicopter land here
With
every single day. Fill in the blank is up first today on Cover 4. And I'm going to ask you guys, the Cowboys' confidence is blank right now. Go.
Ooh,
Wow.
Nice
Is
little,
non-existent
nice pause right
silent?
there.
that was a McAdoo answer for
I
you.
feel like that actually was the answer.
Guys.
Honestly,
Okay.
The Cowboys' confidence right now is very undecided because
That's
what
good,
are
right?
you? You're a team that can beat the Chiefs, but you're a team that can give up numerous amounts of sacks to the Falcons and really get embarrassed. I don't think we can accurately answer that question, and I sure as heck don't think the Cowboys can accurately answer that question.
I think the Cowboys would tell you that they probably feel confident because that's what football teams do. But
They lie.
I don't
You're right.
know. I don't know what to think, especially with the injuries facing this team. I don't know if they even believe what they would be saying right now. It's an uncertain week. I don't think there's any way around that right now.
These guys really struggle with egos, so I'm sure they're just hurting.
Exactly.
Blank earned more touches at running back this week.
Darren McFadden. Hey,
Because
let's
he didn't
see
get
him.
enough. Yeah.
He didn't get any.
Yes. All right, Arkansas
Earned?
homer. How about nobody?
That's where I
Nobody
went
earned
to
more
school,
touches
said
this
Joe.
week. No, I don't think anybody did, in all honesty. I mean, Alfred Morris was okay. He struggled in the first half. Rod Smith, I think, ran for a yard. Darren McFadden got one touch. How about Dak Prescott? Give him the
That's
ball.
what I was going to
More
say. I
often.
got one for you. How about Dak? And only because without the running game that you have, the dominant power, counter, gap schemes, you're going to have to start running some zone read, create an extra defender, make an extra defender come to play.
The defense, Tay.
Well, I was just going to say, Darren McFadden, let's see you out there more. DMC.
Run DMC. The defense will be blank without Sean Lee this week.
In
Well,
Manny wants to walk off set.
In
We'll be-
trouble.
Based on Anthony Hitchens?
Despite my lead into this show, I don't expect Rolando McClain to be here
He's
this
not
week.
listening to you.
And even if he did, I'm guessing he's not in game shape. So that leaves, Anthony Hitchens played the game of his life against the Falcons. Honestly, one of his better games of his career. It wasn't enough, was it? It hasn't been enough. They're 0-5 in games that Lee hasn't played in the last 2 seasons. That's troubling. I don't know what to expect from them. They haven't shown they can do it without him.
How about this? It's not one word, but they'll be hard to watch. I think there are going to be so many times during the course of this game, you're just going to put your face in your palm. If you're at home, you're going to throw the remote. Y'all in the press box, you're going to throw your pen, throw your papers, whatever it may be. I just think the game will be hard to watch because they'll give up a lot of gimme plays that Sean Lee otherwise does not allow.
All right. Blank was the most concerning development Sunday, and I would say Sean Lee's hamstring.
I would
To
say
be repetitive.
Chaz Green.
Okay.
Chaz Green.
Most concerning development.
Yes, and I agree with you. The injuries were terrible, Lindsay, because Chaz Green was healthy, but looked like he was stuck in sand. I mean, he did the same movement. He was basically just standing there doing nothing. And I hate to say that because I understand.
Yikes!
I'm sorry. I had a hard time even saying that because he's a professional football player who's making a lot more money than I am and is putting his body out there. But it was a joke.
No, I mean, you're right, Tay. It sucks to say about a guy. I mean, we knew the defense would struggle when Sean Lee left, right? We also know they're still capable of at least keeping the offense in the game. But with the way Chaz Green filled in at tackle, I thought he'd at least be competent, and clearly that wasn't the case. I think this is a team that leans on its offense to give it a chance in games, and when your left tackle's playing like that, it ain't going to happen.
all that being said, guys, the final one, the Cowboys are good enough to overcome all of this because blank. I say because you're going to have one bad game every now and then, maybe two counting Denver.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna say they're not right now. The only reason is
Because they're not.
Well, I mean, I hear y'all. One, because of hope, and because you have one bad game. But you have to look at how bad games occurred. Denver was kind of. It was an outlier if you want to look at kind of the database of the Cowboys. But unless you can fix your injury at left tackle, which we don't know right now, unless Chaz Green can make a development, unless Sean Lee can recover from a hamstring, which I've had soft tissue injuries, those don't just happen, then without an all-pro running back, an all-pro left tackle, an all-pro middle linebacker, and an all-pro type of kicker, you're not making that recovery. It's just not how it works in football.
If we're going to offer hope, I'll say the Cowboys are good enough to overcome this because I think Tyron Smith will find a way to play this weekend. He won't be 100%. That's the way football works. I think
That's the way Tyron works.
Exactly. 60% Tyron Smith is better than what they threw out there last week.
Let's throw this out there.
That gives your offense a chance.
Let me throw this out there before people try to say, oh, Eagles homer this, Eagles homer that. Keep in mind, the Houston Texans lost to Deshaun Watson. Look at what they've done. The Packers lost Aaron Rodgers. Look at what they've done. And oh, guess what? The rival New York Giants lost Odell, Brandon Marshall, Sterling Shepard for a little bit, and we all know what the heck they did. This has nothing to do with bias. If you lose your best players and multiple of them, it's just not as good.
Yep.
No doubt about it. But I think if Tyron's out there, it gives him a chance to at least
stay competitive.
compete. Yeah.
Why so salty, though? Gosh, man, it just seems like every week we're able to fill this segment up this year,
my
and I don't like
No,
that.
I love
What
it.
is wrong with
Here
you
for the
people?
salt.
First one, we have got a thumb thug up in Philly that maybe Manny can tell us about.
Thug, I like
Howard Eskin going after the Bees on Twitter saying if you did not play for the Cowboys, no one would know who you are, and he tagged Bees.
I don't know who he is.
Seriously.
So Howard Eskin is a beat writer in Philly, and ultimately he is the
The
epitome of a thumb thug. Here's why the initial drama started, and y'all should go look it up if you're watching this.
Good.
Howard Eskin tried to say that Dak Prescott was nothing and nobody without all of his help. And I responded even to Bees, and I was like, Eskin is trash. But more importantly, that'd be like saying Wentz is nothing without 2 second-round pick receivers, a first-round pick receiver, a first-round pick tight end, and
Obviously,
3 all-pro
like last
offensive
year
linemen.
when he didn't have anyone around him.
Like,
Didn't
that's
look
a
that good.
ridiculous statement, which is why it started, and Eskin is just...
I'm gonna email Twitter and see if they can take away his 280 characters.
When someone tags a player like that they're instigating, they're looking for attention.
Okay, sorry. We spent way too much time on Howard. Moving on, Lane Johnson versus his grandma because his grandma is a Cowboys fan. Lane Johnson from Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Lane Johnson, your grandma is a wise lady, and I know you're questioning her livelihood until age of 75, but just gotta give her a break.
Let me throw this out there. Like, be true to yourself, you know? Just because your grandson plays for the Eagles doesn't mean you have to change your life. You know, I like that. If my kid played for the Eagles, I wouldn't root for the Eagles. I'd be like, I'm very proud of you.
Okay.
I don't like the Eagles.
All right. What
true
about
to
this
yourself.
one
I like
from
it.
the Cowboys game? Everyone saw it if you were watching the broadcast. Orlando Scandrick met Coach Jason Garrett here, and this looks like a lemonade conversation, folks.
That's a 2 lemonade discussion.
That's a
what that
2
is.
lemonade. You got the faces in the background.
See, the best part is that we get to go on the plane after this, and Orlando Skernick was right in front of me, and he stopped and talked to Garrett, and they did not look angry. So I don't think this was a positive talk, but
I don't think it's anything to.
I don't think it's anything, and I think
Orlando's,
they would
like-
literally laugh that we're talking about it.
Why so salty is Scandrick's just lifestyle mantra. He'll be
Yes.
okay.
Martellus Bennett.
Yes,
Always. I mean, he could fall into this category. Waging war.
yes. Guys, last week when the Martellus Bennett news came out, it was very odd. But hey, Marty B, you're on a team that you won a Super Bowl ring with. It. Just let it go. Who's our next? What is salty? Because this guy
Just not even worth it.
He's
right
kind of
there.
attention hungry right now.
Not even worth it.
Well, the next one is Vontez Burfict, which this could be.
That's
why so
Manny's
Vontez
dude.
Burfict. Yeah.
See, but here's the
Marty
thing,
B and
Vontez, I'ma actually give you a pass for this one.
For stepping on people?
No, because when he gets ejected from this game, look, you really got to watch it. The ref puts his hand in his way. He's literally like, excuse me, and gets tossed. Now, Vontez, you got a track record, so you got to know better.
Look out, look out. You're
This is
stepping on people.
This is the least salty you will ever see, Vontez.
That's a great
Good
point.
point.
Like, he's such a psychopath that's not bad
Not
at all
even
for
salty for him. No.
All right, switching sports, though. We have someone on the subway with LeBron James.
Yes,
You didn't
the
appreciate
king,
that?
The GOAT himself. Honestly, I am in awe of this guy. Like, he gives so little of an F that LeBron put the camera in his face.
Mickey Spagnola?
He's like, no, please get that. Like, no, you're the greatest basketball player in the world. Please get your phone out of my face. Like, I would be freaking out. And this guy's like, I'm not done with my coffee yet. Please leave me alone.
Leave me alone, LeBron James.
That's the most New York thing I've ever
LeBron.
So New York. All right, we're
busy.
taking a break. I'm busy, and we're going to turn up Tuesday after these messages. Tay has a good one for you. Don't go anywhere.
That looks inappropriate. Hi everyone, I'm Taylor Stern inside the AT&T Media Center. It was officially announced today that Thomas Rhett will be the Salvation Army Red Kettle kickoff halftime performer for this year. So it's always fun, it's always a good time to celebrate, enjoy the holiday, and listen to good music at AT&T Stadium as the Cowboys take on the Chargers. So stay tuned to everything inside the AT&T Media Center.
Throws a deep fake for a touchdown. By the time he's hit, he's sacked. Running right on it with Terrence Williams. Touchdown Cowboys. Beasley left side. Caught it over the shoulder. Mason with it. Touchdown. Cowboys win.
Turn Up Tuesday is back, and so are the dry erase boards, which I don't know if you think that's a good thing or not. I'm worried.
Good thing.
This
It's
is
a
what
great
happens.
Ooh, Manny is in
Start
charge this week.
Judging the celebrations. First up, guys, the kicker celebration. What do you give this? And now, a reminder, I like creativity and funny. So what do you think about this Jags kicker? Just
I
take it
think
off.
that Adam Vinatieri watched that and said, bro, you're still the Jags.
Wow.
So I'm going to go ahead and give this a good old 4 in honor of good old Adam.
Dave, explain yourself. I don't understand Dave's judging.
He's a kicker. What's wrong with y'all?
No, we have seen Justin Tucker do far superior things.
You
for
are
Ravens.
one kick away
Would
from
they
not
beat
having
the
a job.
Chargers?
Look, one
hey-
kick away from not having a job in the NFL. Celebrate all you want to. The little soccer throw in with the slide, that was great. Josh Lambo, I applaud you. Who knows how many more times you'll get to do that in your life.
We fours over here.
Next up, we've got the Vikings, and it seems like week in and week out, this is a team that goes in the locker room and picks really good celebrations that they want to get pretty intricate with. So I expect some good judging from you guys. Wow, Dave, typical. Dave goes with a 3 when it's actually a coordinated
It's
celebration.
stupid.
Sorry, Linz.
It was a stupid game when we were
That's
kids.
fine.
It's a stupid game in the NFL. It's just like just because y'all talked about it before the game doesn't make it cool. in
Dave,
my
just
opinion.
because no one asked
Sorry.
you to play leapfrog when you were little.
I mean, maybe that's part of it.
We're around average over here. We got
Average
a
is
6,
fine.
We got a 5. It was a team effort. I respect it.
Okay, this will be more probably up your alley.
All right,
Another Viking celebration, I believe. Pull it
Oh,
up.
good.
Yeah.
Score, shoot.
Flying squirrel. Simple.
Awesome.
What do you think?
Love it.
Love it?
I absolutely love it because it's funny. Like it kind of, I mean, it's just goofy. Like you run, it's dumb. It looks like it hurts. You fall on the ground. It makes me laugh, and that's ultimately all I care about, Manny. Stop looking at me like that.
A
It's
lot of
funny.
times I ask myself, Lindsay, what would Jason Witten do? And Jason Witten
The boring thing.
would say no. So,
No.
no to
And
that.
mind you, Antonio Brown did that like 3 years
And
ago.
it was awesome.
Can we get a new
Oh, so should we
celebration?
stop spiking the ball
stop
after a
being
touchdown?
so
Because people have been doing that for 50
Unless
years.
you're Gronk, yes.
Dante Moncrief is up next on Turn Up Tuesday.
got for me,
What are
Dante?
we thinking, people? What are we thinking? Not this. This way.
Okay, all right.
Got something for me. Ooh.
Little air guitar action. Little moves.
Okay. Oh, I like the
With the
fadeaway.
fadeaway?
I like the fadeaway a lot
Kobe.
better than the air guitar because I didn't know what the air guitar was. No. Kobe.
Step
Yeah.
back.
Kobe.
If he said Kobe while he did it, that's
did.
definitely
Then it,
wrong.
He did.
it
He did.
takes it up a notch. All
That's
right.
a 7.
Tay and Manny stepped it up a little bit with a 6 and a 7. Dave with a 7. All right. We agree here. Nice job. Juju Smith-Schuster, one of my favorite
I like Juju.
people.
Juju
Stays
never lets me
winning.
down. Don't let me down,
Stays
Juju.
winning.
Stays winning, that is for sure. What's Juju got for us? Is he clowning?
Oh, this is good, Lindsay. This one I want to give. What? Yeah. We're going to go double nines over here for
question.
Manny and I. And I say that because using pop culture references, even calling out other NFL players, solid reference. I thought about doing the same to Lindsay, but she's with child, so that would have been aggressive.
Cannot choke her out right now.
I cannot do that, but thanks for having my back.
David Hellman.
Timely, funny, poking fun at somebody else's expense.
See, Dave?
It's
I'm
all the
with you.
elements. It's all the elements. Like, give him whatever he wants.
Dave,
It's
the only
amazing.
reason I didn't give him a 10, it wasn't super timely because I could have done it last week. The Bengals played earlier in the morning. and they
No,
celebrated after.
dude, football players don't pay attention to that stuff. They're in meetings. No, that's.
Where are the flutes?
Golden
Where are the
Tate,
flutes?
you are next.
Where are the flutes?
What do we
Yeah.
think about saluting in every single direction on salute
Okay.
service?
All right. I mean,
NFL.
Do I have to give that just a...
He's like a toy soldier.
I'm not gonna dog the guy for saluting. Like, that's rough.
I'm not going to dog the guy,
But
but like...
it's not as flashy. It's not
Golden
as
Tate
flashy.
is like,
Taylor's
there are a
good.
lot
He
of
has bad
fake
beef with the
players,
Cowboys.
and like Golden Tate, you're probably one of the fakest.
Wow.
Sorry, bro.
He's not a threat.
Day is turned up Tuesday.
Seriously.
I mean, we applaud his efforts. We do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give
Russell Wilson does too.
I'll throw him a 6.
Okay, we're going out of the NFL for the next one. We're going to the CFL, and I promise it is worth it. You haven't seen this one, Dave.
No, I
Check it
haven't.
out.
Oh my God. Yes. This is what. See, that's creative.
Look at all the people in the stands, though.
Who cares about leapfrog when you can do that? That
Not
is
enough
inspiring.
zeros for Manny and I.
Seriously. I'm glad we finally agree about something.
Mike,
Yes.
slay the game for finding this for us.
Oh, they
no.
love it.
That
See,
takes the cake, season one.
That is why leapfrog is mediocre, because that exists. Be better. Be better.
You gave,
why the
you
salute
gave a
is
flying
mediocre.
squirrel a 10.
Because it was funny as
I'm
hell.
done with you.
It was
Done.
funny.
Okay, well, we have
Never
time for
let
sound off before we close the show, guys. Philly edition, and I just want to hear from you guys. Sound off right now. Tell me about this Philly rivalry with the Cowboys. Not only is it huge, it's ugly. Manny, they talk a lot up in Philly. What?
It's just the Philly rivalry.
Yeah, I know, but it means a lot this Sunday, too.
It is. I mean, this is the biggest rivalry in the NFC East. We talked about this with the Redskins a couple weeks ago, and I didn't buy it. This is why. The Cowboys are too boring to admit it, but the Eagles are up there. Every time we play this game, the Eagles are up there telling you just how much they don't like the Cowboys. They look forward to this game. They circle it on their calendar. These have been, I know the Giants have won 2 Super Bowls in the last 15 or so years. These are the most consistently relevant teams in the NFC East over the last 15, 20 years, and it shows when they play. The games are always great. This is the king one. This is a big one.
Before Manny gets into this, because I'm sure he has a heated answer, guys, we forgot a very important photo we could have shown today. The photo of Manny in the full ski
Oh,
mask
yeah, for
before
sure.
the December
Going
game.
against Malcolm and Dez? Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, so that brings me to the point. I would say this is the most heated rivalry. I remember being on the Eagles when the Cowboys came into town, or when we went to Dallas, there was just a little more fire, a little more passion. And a lot of times, some teams have players from the former roster. Obviously, the Cowboys had 2 of them over the last 2 years. This is for sure one of the most heated rivalries, especially when the game means something. And it definitely means something Sunday night.
Big time, meaning something on Sunday night. And we are out of time, Manny, so take us to OT.
Going to OT, we talked about it earlier in the show, the Cowboys running and rushing woes. What do they do? Well, as of Sunday afternoon, Dak Prescott had more rushing touchdowns than 9 NFL teams. So Cowboys, if you're looking for an answer at running back, it might just have to be your quarterback.
A lot of people have thought that Chaz Green has had a rough few days at work, and I get that. But a story came out today from New York that window washers were actually left dangling 70 floors above the street because their scaffolding broke. So Chaz, you don't have it that bad.
You're welcome for that stat, by the way, Manny.
Appreciate it, Dave.
Rolando, we need you, buddy. Where are you?
He hates you.
Please come back.
He hates you.
Rolando was so epic at
He's
one
my
point in
favorite.
time. But if you're ever watching Cover 4, come be a guest anytime. We're out of time, but we will see you guys tomorrow afternoon, same time, same place. Be here for another Cover 4 presented by JCPenney.